Yo YouTube, what is good? It's your boy, Pretty Boy Un, aka Cameron Un 2 times. You know why they call me Cameron Un 2 times? Cause I vlog with 2 times. Oh what, cause of the title? Cause of the title you thought I vlog with a phone? No, I vlog with a proper camera. I don't use no phone to vlog.
Expose him! Expose him!
Okay, so I gotta take my dog for a walk. As you can see, we're vlogging on the phone. I'm gonna show you what it's like. I'm gonna give you first-hand experience what it's like to vlog on a phone. Okay, first thing, see, I'm in a room that's decently well lit. I mean, I can see fine, but the footage here is gonna look super grainy. It's not gonna look the greatest. I'm gonna use this little quick cut sequence. Shout out to Peter McKinnon or whatever. He's the one that was like, "Oh, you should use these in your videos." Like, not personally, just in a video that he made. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that and you see how it looks because it's inside with not great lighting. Sit. Yeah, when you're walking around with something that looks like this, it is kind of awkward if someone else sees you. I'm gonna just keep walking because I don't know what Tilly's doing. But as you can see, it's kind of awkward. Got the little camera down there. To make it actually necessary, you need this thing that extends out or whatever, so you can actually hold it stably. It's kind of awkward just going like that around the phone. And then you definitely need the microphone with this big fluffy thing. So that you can get decent audio. Because if there's any wind, it's gonna make your audio like not even tolerable at all. Yeah, I think that's it. Also, even just walking around like this, walking around like this, because I don't want to keep putting it in and out of my bag, right? So I'm gonna just be walking around like this half the time. People are gonna stare at you because you've got this big massive thing right there. People are still gonna stare at you. What's young doggy doing? Tilly! I think I've pretty much only talked about disadvantages so far. But one of the actual advantages is the same thing that's a disadvantage. It's gonna make you look like an idiot holding around this thing, but it's gonna make you look like less of an idiot than holding around like one big giant Canon 1D Mark II XD Mark II or something. There's like literally the whole camera is the size of my entire setup. If you're carrying around like something like that and a giant Gorilla Pod and an even bigger mic on top of that, like the Rode Video Mic Pro or whatever people use, then you're gonna look like an even bigger idiot than I do. And I look like a pretty big idiot carrying around this thing. Kind of inconvenient, but as I said, it looks pretty decent out here, but as soon as I go inside, it won't look that great. If you had a bigger camera, it's got a bigger sensor, so it can pick up more light and make pretty much anything look better. Like, obviously, still don't look better than this even outside, but when you're inside, that's when you really tell the difference. Or like nighttime, I'm not gonna be able to film anything. But on like a proper camera, you can definitely still film at nighttime, so yeah. Another thing that you might be wondering about is like a lot of people like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, like all those really like vloggers that are more focused on the technical work. Like Logan Paul is just entertaining, right? You just watch him for the entertainment value. But people that actually have good production of quality, there's a lot of B-roll and stuff, and you might be wondering, can you really do that with a phone? Like you can't get the bokeh effect where you blur out the background because there's no lens. But I think it's all about really getting decent angles. I had the clip, I think it was in my third vlog. Yeah, third vlog. I had just a little sequence of me walking Tilly. There's a car, they're staring at me quite aggressively. They have got no clue what I'm doing. But I had a little sequence where I was walking Tilly, and I think it looks pretty decent. It's all about when you got a phone, just getting a lot of angles, trying to do the right lighting, and you have to focus on the editing, like all the editing transitions, or you can do like in-camera transitions where say I'll spin it, and now I'm over here. Now, I don't know how good that's gonna look because this camera, when you're using a cheap phone like mine, it doesn't have the best stabilization. But if you're using like a camera or something and you have good stabilization, a lot of the time that can work. If I'm going to do that, most of the time I just do it in editing with effects. I'll probably make a video on like all the transition effects and everything I use eventually. That is definitely going to help you a lot, especially if you're trying to vlog on a phone. Serious? I'm trying to talk. Bro. I'm trying to talk, my guy. Come on now. I want to talk over you. Whoa, silly, calm down. Oh yeah, accessories. So you'll notice that obviously the Rode Video Mic Me, which is the microphone that goes onto your phone, is a lot cheaper than all the other ones. And like all the accessories to like hold your phone and everything, they're a lot cheaper than like the Joby Gorilla Pods and everything that sort of go on a phone. I think it's mainly because your phone is obviously lighter, so it doesn't need to have as much support. And you're gonna find a lot more like creative things. Like my thing, it's like you can see, it turns into like a massive selfie stick way out here. I can use that as like an extending tripod. If I wanted to get something like that, like literally tripods cost the same amount as this, and this is a tripod, a little handheld thing, a selfie stick, a monopod, it's literally everything all in one. So it's a big advantage having this over something else, and it just fits straight in your bag. Like it's super small, and it was only 60 bucks, like, that's good. $60 AU, by the way, so that's like $40 US. Something super lit compared to your phone, compared to a camera that you can do on your phone, is with cameras you need to, like, if you want to record a time lapse, like most cameras, not all cameras, you don't have to get like an intervalometer or software that works as an intervalometer, and pretty much all it does is take pictures, and then you don't have to make the time lapse in your editing software, which I can find is fairly difficult sometimes. But with your phone you can just place it down and record a time lapse. Just like this, ready? So place my phone down, adjust it pointing up, and boom, time lapse. So you can see just from that it's pretty easy to make a time lapse. I don't have to edit any of that, I just drop it straight into my footage and it looks good. I might speed it up a little because this camera films them a little slow or whatever. Like it's not that great, like they're 30 seconds or whatever. So I gotta speed that up until it's like 5 seconds, but it only takes like 3 seconds. I don't have to compile the whole thing and figure out how to shorten each thing individually. I've tried it before, it's not fun. You might be wondering, why is this rich white boy using his phone to vlog? If he literally showed us that he has like a $300 Sony a6000 or whatever. But with the Sony a6000, I didn't buy it to use. I bought it with a broken lens for $250, well knowing that the body only sells for well over $350. So that's well, thanks to you guys, by the way. Thank you for everyone that watches my videos, have watched my videos in the past. That's because of you I can do stuff like that. Before I wouldn't be able to afford to buy and flip something like that. But in saying that, it does come with a cost filming on your phone. Because the quality is good enough, it's not great. Thumbnails are a trek to get. Like, you have to set up for a picture or whatever, and that's obviously not very convenient sometimes. Especially if I don't really know what I'm going to be talking about until the very end of the day, where there's no light left for me to go get the thumbnail. Because with my 2K videos, my gaming videos, all I did was just record it, I'd edit it, and then I'd take a screenshot from the video and just edit that up in Photoshop. It's a lot harder when I'm filming on my phone because the quality isn't. Okay, as I said, I think I'm gonna have to plan out these thumbnails, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I gotta get out my other camera. Now, I really like Peter McKinnon's thumbnails. They're super simplistic, they have no text on them. It's just a simple photo. They're really eye-capturing. They get a lot of clicks because he gets millions of views. So I'm not sure if YouTube's just giving him trillions of impressions, or they obviously work. I click on them, they look really good. Even Logan Paul's, they're a bit more they're less simplistic, they have a bit more editing, but they're still just one photo. So that's what I'm gonna try get now. I'm not sure how the quality actually looks on this thing. The screen on the back looks terrible. Like, the quality looks terrible, but my parents said, because this is their camera, I'm just borrowing it, they said that once you actually like export it, they actually look pretty decent, so we'll have to try that out now. Yeah, so I hope you clicked on the thumbnail. I hope it looks... Okay, to try to get that thumbnail that low-key took way too long. I'm not sure how it's gonna look on the camera. It looks terrible, as I said. It looks complete garbage. So I don't know how it's gonna turn out when we actually put it onto the computer and try and make it a real thumbnail. Do some Lightshot work on it, even though I've never used Lightshot before. I don't know if you can hear the lawnmower. Sorry about that.
but I keep moving on.
Okay, as I've mentioned before in my other videos, I had a Canon 700D that was my birthday / Christmas present because they're super close together, even though I had to still pay for half of it, so that was kind of tough. But I sold it because I saw the value was dropping so much and I didn't really use it that much. I got it to try be a vlogger when I was like 10 or something, I can't even remember. But a big problem was with the batteries. So batteries, if you don't know, for cameras, they cost like $60 and they only last like 20 minutes, if that. So obviously your phone is a lot better than that. Phone cap batteries last for a long time, but they're super easy to charge. I mean, you can't forget your charger for your phone, because that's just a thing that you just bring everywhere. They're super cheap. But for cameras, you gotta buy like the slot things for most of the time. And I went to Brisbane, which is just another state in Australia. And guess what? I forgot my camera charger, and they were like $80. So I had 3 batteries. I got them secondhand, third party, so they weren't $60. They're like 20 or whatever. But so I had 3 batteries. They last 20 minutes each, and I didn't have the charger for them. And the charger was like $80. So guess what? I didn't do so much filming over there, and I brought a full bag of equipment. With this, it's a lot less equipment, and you can't really forget your charger, and even if you do, it's like $10 to get another one. So yeah, the battery will last longer, portable chargers are way easier to get. Yeah. Oh god, I was just talking about that, there was some dude just like in one of these places, he was just sitting in his front yard meditating, and like he had some meditation music. It was like, breathe in, breathe out. I didn't notice. As I walked past, he was legit just staring at me. Like, I finished recording, and then I noticed he was there. He was just staring at me. That's what I'm talking about, being vlogging. Vlogging is hella awkward regardless if it's on your phone or your camera, because you're just talking to yourself. You're talking into your phone. Alright, we're pretty much back to where we started. We're just walking home. But, I think the thing is, with vlogging, unless you're sure that you don't want to be the next Logan Paul, you don't only produce bangers. Every one of your video, everyone is gonna share that video. Like, everyone is just gonna click that share button because you're so funny, you're so hilarious, your life is so interesting. Then just start vlogging, because trust me, the YouTube algorithm will reward you. Your first video will only get like a couple of real impressions. Like, impressions is when YouTube shows your video to someone else, like a thumbnail or whatever. Your first video is only going to get a few actual impressions. So, I mean, you may as well just start posting and try build up so that YouTube will start giving you more impressions. It's literally how much like content you post out, how well they do, matters how many impressions YouTube will give you. Obviously, if your video does really good, it's going to give you more. But if your video doesn't go so well, it's not going to give you less impressions. It's just going to give you... It's still going to give you more impressions every video you make. Trust me. In terms of average. That's not including like search. If your video does good, it's going to give you more impressions. But your videos aren't going to get less impressions based off like YouTube just rewarding you. Unless you go from posting like daily to posting like weekly, then obviously it's going to get you less impressions. But so if you want to film vlogs, just film them on your phone. Like, if you don't have a camera or whatever, just film them like this. Like, it doesn't matter, trust me. Like, you don't need any good equipment. Just go film it, it'll reward you. And then you can find out what people click on, what people like, what content you need to make more of, how to do stuff, etc. Also, if you think this is awkward talking into your phone and you walk past people and you're like, nah, I'm just gonna wait till I get a camera, like, I'm gonna look so much more professional, trust me. Like, there's millions of people that know what vlogging is and be like, you're sick, you're a vlogger or whatever. That's cool. They might be like, oh, he's vlogging, that's kind of weird. I mean, he's not famous. What is he doing? But there's millions of people that'll think those things, and they'll be like, whatever, he's a vlogger. But you gotta realize there's 7.53 billion people in this world, and most of them won't know what vlogging is, and they'll just think you're talking into a camera. If you're talking into your phone, people think, oh, he might be on FaceTime or something. But if you're talking into a camera, people are gonna think you're insane. Like, straight up. They don't think I'm insane with this microphone. But, like, all this setup or whatever. But, it doesn't really matter. It's gotta be you. Just do what you wanna do. At the end of the day, you make money off this, and they don't make money off living their lives. They have to go work or whatever. So, a camera isn't gonna make you look any more professional. It's just gonna make you look even more strange. If that's something that you are concerned about. So, yeah, as I said, just start, If you got a camera, use that. But if you don't, your phone is fine. If you resonate with that last part where you like, yo, why does anyone actually care what I'm doing? Like, I'm not that funny, I'm not that interesting. My vlogs aren't that great, like, I don't have good production quality, all that stuff. People still don't care. They may not care right now. Like, there might be a few people that care right now, because there's billions of people in this world, hundreds of millions of people on YouTube. Tilly, can you stop drinking? There's hundreds of millions of people on YouTube, and, you don't find a few people that care. They don't find your videos either relatable, they're interesting, etc. There's always going to be a few people. But what you gotta understand is if you vlog every day of your life, or even every week, you do a weekly recap. If you can do something sick, like, people are gonna look back at how they're going to want to know how you got back there. So all your videos could have 100 views. Overnight, you start the next Apple, Google, something like that. People are gonna be like, yo, how did this kid come out of nowhere? Guess what? You got everything documented. So, I mean, I don't know about that, but like, if you do something like that, it's sick. Even look at Logan Paul, right? Logan Paul's first videos didn't have 1 million views when he first posted them. But guess what? They've all got 1 million views now. Because everyone wants to know how he got to the point where he's at. Like, Logan Paul's rich as hell. His vlogs are great. Yeah. So, I guess that's the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. As I said, just if you want to vlog, if you're watching this video, you probably want to vlog. So, just start. I mean, I'm sacrificing, like, getting thousands of views on 2K videos to start posting these videos because I just don't enjoy playing 2K anymore, but I still want to put out content. So if you're in any situation where you just, like, want to film something, vlogs are super easy because it's just what you're doing. Like, I have to play 2K to post 2K videos. Like, I don't have to do anything to make these. Like, I just have to live and record it. If that makes sense. A lot of my videos don't make sense. I don't know, I kind of just ramble. Like, I don't think I make sense. Bruh. We're not even gonna wait for that to finish. That's the end of the video, see ya. Psych, you thought that was the end of the video? Bruh, that thing's hella annoying. I just recorded that whole thing in portrait mode. Even though I had my thing laid out like that, it recorded in portrait mode for some reason. So that's something really annoying. You gotta flip it in editing or whatever. But make sure you're recording, like, horizontally. Otherwise it's gonna look terrible and you have to flip it. That's what I just did right there. That is well frustrating. I mean, you don't get that problem on cameras, you're only gonna get it on phones, but it's still really, really annoying. So make sure, if you're filming on your phone, that's gonna be really annoying. But, that you've got it horizontally, and sometimes it will flip, but you just gotta do that in editing or refilm it. Far out. So yeah, I'm out, see ya.